Let's talk about how to improve as a remote high ticket sales closer, how to improve in sales in general. A lot of people I see focusing on the wrong things, focusing on things like getting better word tracks, objection handling tracks, better how to frame the call, just the better script, whose script is the best. And those things can help, but they're just not going to be what sets apart a good closer from a great closer. And they're not the things that are going to just stand the test of time when it comes to the overarching things that make someone truly able to close deals on any offer, no matter what. They just need, maybe some product knowledge or something like that. So I want to talk about some of those things, some of the things that are really going to help you improve if you focus on getting better at these things. And maybe you are already getting better at them subconsciously, but I want you to focus here, because if these are the things that you're making progress on, you can take it anywhere. You can take it to any type of sales. You can take it B2B, B2C. You can take it software sales, anywhere. And it's going to be a massive asset for you, because some of these things, if not all of them, are just the basic principles of having conversations, especially sales conversations. And the first one being, if you are truly improving in a way that is allowing you to become an elite closer, it is getting better at hearing what's really being said. A lot of times, I'm sure you're speaking with prospects and they give you surface level answers. They give you fluffy answers. They give you answers that, if you just are literal with the words they're using, have one meaning, but you are developing this ability to hear past just the meaning of the words they say and extrapolate deeper meaning behind the whole thing, behind everything they've been saying so far, to truly understand what's behind it. And usually you're unlocking deeper levels of truth that maybe they don't even realize for themselves, right? And each of these things can be their own video, and probably will be their own video in the future. I just wanted to do a quick overview of a bunch of them, because they're not, I'm not going to be able to fully explain them in the depth that they deserve to be explained in like a minute each, or 30 seconds each, or however long it's going to take me to go through some of the things that I've listed out here. But that's the first one. Just listening skills, pure listening skills, the ability to hear what's really not being logistically said, or literally said is a better word. And you'll find skills like this in, maybe lawyers or therapists, and it's all transferable. Obviously, coming with that is probing skills. So there's the ability to hear and have an understanding, but then now it's also a skill set to be able to ask the right questions back, to reveal that information, to reveal that hidden meaning, and reveal it in a way that allows the person to start to realize it for themselves. Like I said before, things that they may not have realized for themselves ever before, helping them see their problems, their struggles, or their goals in a new light that is the truth of how they feel, but they weren't able to articulate it themselves before. Again, these things could be their own full courses. So I'll leave it there. Another one is just the ability to make people feel understood. Are you getting better at that? Right? Ask yourself, when I go through all of these things, are you getting better at that? Or are you just getting better at memorizing scripts from your favorite sales trainer? Are you getting better at that? Or are you just getting smoother with your word tracks? Right? Do you see the difference? It's like, are you getting better at making people feel understood when they're on the call with you? Are people more comfortable with you over time? Do people open up with you more over time? And I know you talk to a various amount of people and they're all different, but you should see a trend there where you're just getting better at these things. And that's how you know you're getting better at sales. Are you getting better at getting a derailed call back on track, right? Sticking to an overarching theme rather than a list of scripted questions. It's natural that when you're talking to someone and you ask them a question, the call might get derailed. It might go somewhere else. But are you really good at sticking to the theme of, well, right now we're discussing the problem and I'm trying to really understand the problem? Are you able to bring those conversations back to focus on that one big problem that they want to solve, not allowing the call to get derailed. Some people struggle with that a lot. Some people allow the prospect to take the call from problem to goals to solutions, back to problem to the pitch to back to problem. Are you good at keeping the call on track without having to stick to a script? Like, can you can you go off script for a few minutes and then come back and still be in your process? And when I say go off script, I mean, you shouldn't be 100% scripted. Your questions can't be all scripted out if you do the first two things, which is listening properly and probing properly. Your questions are going to be based off of their answers, and the questions are going to be something that allows you to learn deeper information about the things that they're saying. And it's impossible to word for word script that the entire time. I always say scripted for actors, and sales calls are not movies, right? So your ability to have people feel understood, ability to have people understood, not getting the call derailed, and being able to bring it back when it does get derailed. Another really, really big one is, are you improving on your composure? Are you learning to sit in the pocket with people? A lot of times people, you're going to have hard conversations. You're going to have to challenge people on their limiting beliefs. Are you getting better and better and better at when people are freaking out, just calmly sitting in the pocket with them, helping them overcome those fears, those limiting beliefs? Are you not afraid? Are you willing to challenge people on their limiting beliefs when you have something that's truly going to help them, truly going to transform their life? And a good way you can see that you're actually getting good at this, it's one thing to just do it. The difference between doing it and being good at it is people are willing to sit in the pocket with you. They're not hanging up on you. They're not taking off. They're not saying, yeah, whatever, gotta go, right? Because if you just bulldoze it and you don't have a way of doing it, people will just get out of there. But if you can show genuine care and love and a want, I'm overheated there for a second. But what I was saying is, if you're challenging of their beliefs, if you sitting in the pocket with them, being composed, if they can tell that it's coming from a place of, hey, this person genuinely just wants to help me, people are going to be willing to sit in it with you. I've had people sit on sales call with me for hours, not hanging up, even though we were just handling their concerns, just handling limiting beliefs, and that was it. But they were willing to sit in the pocket because of that ability, right? So are you getting better at that? Are people willing to sit there with you? I'm not saying your sales calls should be hours. Maybe a lot of those people, I shouldn't have been on there for that long. But again, this is just another thing to get good at. And, there's other stuff like tailoring the presentation so that people feel like you're not just pitching them a general course or program. They feel like you're giving them something, you're presenting them something that is exactly what they're looking for. If your prospects aren't saying to you after you pitch, like, this is exactly what I need, maybe you're not presenting your thing in a way that's super relevant to them, right? And just getting good. The last one I'll say is getting good at filtering down their objections to find a solution, right? It's not objection handling. I like to call it, just objection navigation. Like, we're navigating this together. Let's filter it down to really figure out what's happening. My thing's about to overheat again, so I will leave it there. I just want to say, go through this, because some of these things, I really assess if you are improving on these things, or if you're just becoming a smoother talker, or if you're just becoming a better script memorizer, or if you just went from knowing how to handle 3 objections to 6 different objections. Because that's not really getting better at sales. Getting better at sales is getting better at all of these things, right? So try that out. Let me know if you have, but I'll see you in the next video.